There exist 3 main landmasses in Hydaelyn, the largest being that which contains the 3 great continents: Aldenard, Ilsabard, and Othard. The following readings touches upon the locations, geography, and climate of these areas. The 3 great continents. Situated in Hydaelyn's northern hemisphere and stretching from the polar region almost to the equator, the 3 great continents consist of Aldenard to the west, Ilsabard to the north and centre, and Othard in the east. So great is the distance that even the fastest of trader vessels carried by favourable winds requires at least a fortnight to make the journey from Old Garlean to Vilbrand, and another 2 moons to travel from there to Doma. Regional folklore has it that Aldenard, Othard, and Ilsabard were once brothers, whose hearts were so filled with love for one another that they remained inseparable for countless eons. One day, however, did the brothers Othard and Ilsabard grow jealous of Aldenard, for, despite being the youngest, he was blessed with the richest of lands. In a violent fit of anger, the brothers pulled themselves away from their younger sibling to where they stand today. Aldenard's outstretched hand clings to Ilsabard's coat tails in one final effort to bring him back. Aldenard. Westernmost of the 3 great continents, Aldenard is most commonly grouped with Vilbrand, the Sildelis, and countless other small islands to form the realm known as Eorzea. Compared to the other regions in Hydaelyn, Eorzea is believed to harbour a far higher concentration of ambient aether, making it well suited to maintaining a thriving ecosystem. Drawn to the fertile lands and abundant fauna, mankind has long held a presence in Eorzea, and it is from here that many of history's great civilizations have risen. However, this abundance has also led to strife, and the wars to control the realm have seen many of those self-same civilizations fall. Eorzea is currently governed by 4 independent city-states: Gridania ruling the central forests of the Black Shroud, the Sultanate of Othard ruling the southern deserts of Thanalan, the Holy See of Isgard ruling the northern highlands of Kurthas, and Alimsa Laminsa ruling Lanosi on the southwestern island of Vilbran, as well as its neighbouring seas. Little more than 2 decades ago, there were an additional pair of city-states which shared Eorzea with the aforementioned 4, Garlean and El Amigo. The former, however, were abandoned by their inhabitants out of fear when the Garlean Empire invaded Aldenard from the north and occupied El Amigo. Ilsabard. Positioned between Aldenard and Othard, the continent of Ilsabard is characterized by extreme temperatures and unpredictable weather. The northern territories located between Ilsabard's dividing central mountain range are oft regarded as some of the harshest environments on Hydaelyn, with several coastal communities made to endure unforgiving storms in the summer and frozen seas in the winter. This has ultimately impeded the advancement of civilization, forcing people instead to exhaust their resources simply to survive. However, 50 years ago, civilization on Ilsabard took a significant leap when, through science and ingenuity, the small northern nation of Garlean started an uprising which would eventually change the entire face of the 3 continents. The Magitech Revolution. After quickly toppling several nearby nations, the Garleans, now an empire, set their sights on warmer climes and led their armies across the mountains and into southern Ilsabard, an area known to Eorzeans as the Near East, and proceeded to conquer all in their path until nearly the entirety of the continent was annexed and absorbed. Othard, or the Far East, as it is commonly referred to by those living in the West, is the smallest of the 3 great continents, yet much like Aldenard in that it comprises of a main landmass and countless islands off its coasts. While Aldenard is longitudinally situated further south than Ilsabard, the towering spires which line the region's northern border are covered in snow year-round, and the land beyond them is permanently frozen. From these mountains trickles down the water which gives Othard life, eventually forming the One River, the longest and widest watercourse in all of the 3 continents. This river passes through great swathes of grassland in which the Eorzea clan live, before winding through Eorzea, a fertile land that, until recent invasion by the Garlean Empire, was controlled by the nation of Doma. Though connected geographically, for thousands of years little interaction had taken place between Ilsabard and Othard, the main reason being the combination of near impassable mountain ranges and deadly wastelands, which severely restricted all land routes. While coastal cities had experienced limited contact with the outside world via trade, the overall isolation of Othard had allowed local cultures to evolve with little to no influence from the West. Only in the past 2 decades have things begun to change. The advent of airship technology thrusting open the once closed doors to the Far East. However, this exposure also served to alert the power-hungry Garleans of new territories ripe for the plucking, and it was not long before the Empire had set their sights on Doma and Dalmasca, 2 nations which have since been brought under the imperial standard. Now I want to give a big shout out to Molyneux, Hain, Jolly Joestar, Ada, Sarah Zoo, Dark Griever, and all my wondrous patrons, without whom I would be unable to dedicate the time and resources I do to my content creation. I can never thank them enough. Now I hope you will join me again very soon for more Final Fantasy lore, but until then, as always, thanks for watching.